Have you ever wondered what separates us from the rest of the animal kingdom? It's not just our brains, but what we do with them. It's our hands and the incredible tools we've learned to create. Join us on a journey back in time, tens of thousands of years, to a world lit only by fire and stars. A world where survival depended on stone, bone, and wood. This is the story of our first tools, the humble beginnings that shaped our destiny. Before axes, before spears, there was simply a rock. A hominid, perhaps one of our distant ancestors, picked up a stone. Maybe they needed to crack open a nut or break a bone to get to the nutritious marrow inside. In that moment, the connection was made. The hand, the mind, and the material world came together in a flash of insight. This wasn't just a rock anymore. It was an extension of their will. This simple act of using one object to alter another was the dawn of technology. The earliest tools we found are called Oldowan tools, named after the Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, where they were first discovered. They're deceptively simple. Just river cobbles with a few flakes chipped off one side to create a sharp edge. A chopper, they call it. But with this basic tool, our ancestors could do things they couldn't before. They could butcher scavenged carcasses, strip meat from bone, and process tough plant materials. It gave them access to new food sources, rich in calories and fat, which in turn fueled the development of their growing brains. It was a revolutionary feedback loop. Better tools led to better nutrition, which led to bigger brains, which led to even better tools. But humans are innovators. We're never satisfied. Over hundreds of thousands of years, that simple chopper evolved. Welcome to the age of the Acheulean hand axe. Unlike the rough Oldowan chopper, the hand axe was a work of art. It was symmetrical, shaped on both sides to a teardrop point. It was the Swiss Army knife of the Paleo. You could use the pointed tip for piercing, the sharp sides for cutting, and the heavy base for hammering. Making a hand axe required planning, precision, and a clear mental template of the final product. It shows a significant cognitive leap. The creators of these tools weren't just thinking about the immediate task. They were thinking ahead, designing a versatile tool for multiple future uses. These tools weren't just for getting food. They were essential for survival in every aspect of life. With sharpened stones, early humans could sharpen wooden sticks into digging tools to unearth edible roots and tubers, or into spears for defense and hunting. Hunting was a game changer. It required cooperation, communication, and strategy, pushing social bonds to develop. Instead of just scavenging, they could now actively pursue large game, a far more reliable and rewarding source of food. This shift had profound effects on our social structures, possibly leading to the first divisions of labor and the formation of tight-knit hunter-gatherer bands. Tools also meant shelter. Using stone axes, our ancestors could cut branches and saplings to build simple structures, providing protection from the elements and predators. They could strip bark from trees and scrape hides to make rudimentary clothing, allowing them to survive in colder climates and expand out of Africa into new territories across the globe. Each new environment presented new challenges, and each challenge spurred new innovations in their toolkit. From the frozen plains of Ice Age Europe to the coasts of Southeast Asia, humanity adapted, and our tools adapted with us. The materials themselves tell a story. For a long, long time, stone was king. Flint, chert, obsidian, these were the high-tech materials of their day, because they fractured in predictable ways, creating incredibly sharp edges. Our ancestors became expert geologists, learning where to find the best stone and sometimes traveling long distances to acquire it. This suggests the existence of early trade networks, or at least long-range seasonal movements, but they also used other materials. Bone, antler, and ivory were carved into fine needles for sewing hides, barbed points for harpoons to catch fish, and even intricate personal ornaments. Around 40,000 years ago, another explosion of creativity occurred. This period, known as the Upper Paleolithic, saw the development of sophisticated blade technology. Instead of just chipping away at a core, humans learned to strike off long, thin, standardized blades. It was like an assembly line for stone tools. From a single core, they could produce many blades, which could then be modified into specialized tools. Burins for engraving, end scrapers for working hides, and delicate points for arrows. This was the age of the specialist tool, designed for a single, specific purpose. This efficiency and specialization allowed for more complex tasks and a richer material culture. We even see the first hints of art and symbolism created with these very tools. On the walls of caves in France and Spain, they used mineral pigments and engraved outlines to depict the animals that dominated their world. Bison, horses, and mammoths. They carved small, enigmatic Venus figurines from stone and ivory. What was the purpose of this art? Was it religious ritual, hunting magic, or simply storytelling? We may never know for sure, but it shows us that the minds of these early humans were not just concerned with survival. They were capable of abstract thought, of symbolism, of creating beauty for its own sake. Their tools didn't just shape their world, they shaped their minds, opening up new pathways for culture, community, and consciousness. The legacy of these first tools is all around us. Every smartphone, every skyscraper, every spacecraft can trace its lineage back to that first stone chopper. It was the first step on a journey of 1,000,000 years. A journey of relentless innovation that has taken us from the savannah to the stars. When we look at these ancient objects, we're not just looking at pieces of rock. We're looking at the very foundation of human civilization. We're seeing the ingenuity, the resilience, and the creative spark of our earliest ancestors, a spark that still burns within us today. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our shared human story. Let us know in the comments which ancient innovation you think was the most important. Thanks for watching.